My dear friends, today I am going to tell you about some of the interesting things about the English language and how we can learn English language or how we can improve our vocabulary by understanding certain word plays. That means there are some kind of place where we use words, some kinds of games. You can say word games also. They're very interesting and they incite some sort of interest in the language. And the very purpose of my presentation in this lecture is to create some sort of enthusiasm in you to learn the English language by appreciating some of the intricacies of the language and by appreciating some of the ways in which we can build our vocabulary, we can increase our thinking capacity, and we can also improve our knowledge of English language. So without wasting much of the time, I will go into the slideshow. English language has got many types of words. Apart from normal words, there are certain types of words which are very interesting. Say some of them are anagrams, homophones, homonyms, genus words or contronyms, and oxymorons. Let us see each of these categories one by one and let us try to understand what is the interesting thing about these kinds of things. First, we will take up anagrams. Anagram means a word created by jumbling or reorganizing the letters of another word. Simple examples are, let us say we have word pets, P-E-T-S, or the letters. By rearranging the letters, we can create another meaningful letter or meaningful word, that is step. Likewise, I have given many examples here. From desire, by rearranging the letters, we can get another meaningful word, reside. From ruby, we can get bury. From diaper, we can get paired. From heart, we can get earth. Like that, here I have one very interesting anagram. 11 plus 2. By making use of the same letters, we can write 12 plus 1. This is very interesting anagram. The letters in 11 plus 2 are the same letters which are there in 12 plus 1. The interesting thing is, mathematically also, these two are equal. 11 plus 2 is equal to 13, 12 plus 1 is equal to 13. So this is one interesting thing about this particular anagram. These anagrams and other kinds of different words are used in crossword puzzles. I will give some examples at the end of my lecture. I will dwell mostly on how these play of words is used in crossword puzzle clues. Okay. Now the second kind of group of words, they are known as homophones. A homophone is a word which is pronounced same as another word but with a different spelling. Some examples are C-E-L-L, cell, S-E-L-L, cell. The spelling is different, but the sound which comes when we pronounce is the same, cell, cell. So that's why it is called a homophone. Phone means related to sound. Homo means similar. Homophone means the word which sounds similar to another word. There are so many words in English. For example, sun, S-O-N, sun is there. S-U-N, sun is there. Steel, S-T-E-E-L. We have one word. S-T-E-A-L. Both have different meanings, but when we pronounce them, the sound is same, steel. So weight, W-A-I-T, weight is there. W-E-A-G-H-T, weight is there. Break, B-R-A-K-E, B-R-E-A-K. Though we pronounce these two similarly, the meaning is different. So that's why these are called homophones, the words which have similar sound. Homonym is another kind of a word. What are homonyms? Homonyms are the words with the same spelling and same pronunciation. See, the difference between a homophone and homonym is, in homophone, the pronunciation is same, but the spelling is different. But when you say homonym, both the spelling and the pronunciation are same, but they give different meanings depending on the context in which we use them. For example, we have the word ring. The word ring can have different meanings. One meaning is, it is a noun. A ring is an ornament worn on a finger. I have a golden ring, gifted by my father. So here ring means an ornament. A ring can be also used as a verb to indicate some action. For example, if you want to say to your friend, to make a phone call to some other friend, normally you say, give a ring to him. There, when you say give a ring to him, that ring means call him on the phone. That is the meaning. Or to make a phone call. So you see, depending on the context, the meaning changes. So that is called a homonym. Then match. Match has got different meanings, not only two meanings. Say if you want to take two meanings, a match can refer to a game, a cricket match, a football match. Match also refers to a person or thing equal to some other thing. So if you say he is not a match for her, what we mean is he is not suitable for her, he is not equal to her. So depending on the context, the meaning changes. The pronunciation is same, the spelling is same. Bat, B-A-T, bat. Bat is an animal. We know that it is a nocturnal animal. It moves in the night times. And bat is also a tool which is used in sports, like a cricket bat. Okay. So then tear, T-E-A-R. It has again same word. Depending on the context, it can have different meanings. She is in tears, means that she is weeping. So tear here refers to eye drop. He is tearing the papers. There, what we mean by tear? To rip a paper into pieces. So the spelling is same, pronunciation is same, but the meaning differs depending on the context. Such kinds of words are known as homonyms. Then we have some words which are called Janus words. These Janus words get their name from an ancient Roman god by name Janus. In ancient Roman religion and mythology, Janus is the god of duality. He represents two opposite things. He is a two-faced god. Each face looking in a different direction. You can also see the picture of Janus here in the slide. So, normally Janus represents both beginning of a conflict and ending of a conflict, beginning of a battle and ending of a battle. In other words, he represents both war and peace. So he has two faces, each face looking in different directions. Now, one interesting thing I would like to tell here is the month January has got its name from the name of this god Janus. Why? Because January is the beginning month of the year or a new year. So what is there before January? December month. That means the end of the last year. What is there next to January? February. That the entire new year which is about to come. So on one side of January, we have the past year which has passed away. On the other side of the January, we have the year which is about to come. The entire year which is about to come. That's why this January is a midpoint between the old year and the new year. That's why the first month of the year is called January. One phase of it looks towards the year which has gone by, and the other phase looks towards the period of the new year which is going to come. That is one interesting thing, why January is named like that. Okay, what are the words which are Janus words in English language? Now, Janus word is a word which gives the opposite meaning of itself, depending on the context. Just like Janus god has got two faces, which are opposite to one another, here if a word has got two different meanings which are opposite to one another, that kind of word is called a Janus word. Here I have given some examples. For example, left is there. It has got two meanings. Suppose I use the word left in a sentence. Everyone left the room. What does it mean? All the people have went away from the room. Nobody is in the room. That is the meaning. Everyone left the room. Okay? Suppose I use the left in some other sentence. Only we two are left in the room. What is the meaning of this left here? That means, except we two, all others have gone from the room. We are the only two people remaining in the room. So here the left means people who are remaining in the room. Only we two are left in the room. Only we two are remaining in the room. But in the first sentence, everyone left the room. That means everyone went away from the room. So the left is giving a meaning, went away in one sentence. In another sentence, it is giving the meaning, remaining there itself. So these two are opposite to one another. Remaining there itself and going away. Similarly, clip. Clip the branches of a tree. That means cutting the branches of the tree. He is clipping the branches of the tree means he is cutting the branches of the tree. So clip here refers to cutting. But clip also can mean attaching, which is opposite to cutting. Suppose you give some papers to your attendant and say, clip these papers. What do you mean by that? You are asking him to attach those papers either by means of a clip or by stapling them. Clip these papers means put these papers in an attached manner. So you see, the clip has two different meanings which are opposite to one another. One is cutting, other is attaching. Similarly, a rock. A rock normally means a very big stone, a boulder. He stood like a rock. That means even in adverse conditions, he is steady as a rock, he is unmoved. But we have a dance form which is called a rocking and rolling, rock and roll dance. He did rock very well for the tune. That means he danced very well for the tune. He rocked very well for the tune. Here he did rock, means he moved very well according to the tune. When we say he stood like a rock, there what we meant is he is unmoved. Here rock means unmoved. Whereas when we say he did rock very well for the tune, he moved very well for the tune. He danced very well for the tune. Now sanction, another word which has two meanings. Granting something and prohibiting or banning something. These two are opposite meanings. US sanctioned $30,000 to some other country. That means US has given, has provided, aided the country with $30,000. We can also use the word sanction. US imposed sanctions on China. Suppose say US bans the imports from China. We say US imposed sanctions on China. Here sanctions means prohibitions. On one hand, when you use sanction, meaning that given or issued. On the other hand, you are using the word sanction, where it is a prohibition or obstruction. Similarly, screen. Screen again has a very interesting word. So we say a film is screened today. That means we have exhibited a film. We have shown a film. So, to screen means to exhibit or to show. At the same time, screen also means to conceal from the view. Okay. He is screened by the curtain. That means he is behind the curtain. The curtain is making him not visible. Or all the vehicles are screened by fog or smoke. That means the smoke or fog on the roads is making the vehicles invisible. We say fog screen, smoke screen. So, when we say a film is screened, it indicates that the film is exhibited or the film is shown. When we say the vehicles are screened by fog, we mean that the fog is making the vehicles invisible. You see, these are called Janus words. Very interesting words in English language. Now, oxymoron is a combination of two words which are used together, which are contrary to one another. They are used as a combination, as a usage, as a combination they are used in the language. But these are the two words which are contradictory to each other, which are opposite to one another. Say for example, open secret. When we say secret, then it is not known to anybody, it is closed. But what is open secret? Open and secret are contradictory. So we have a number of such kind of usages in English language. Only choice. It is his only choice. So when we say choice, there must be different options to choose from. When you say only choice, only is contrary to choice. Choice means there should be multiple options. But when you say only choice, then where is the option? So only and choice are contradictory. Then exact estimate. Normally these terms are used in accountancy or either in engineering projects. Say some senior engineer may ask the junior engineer, you prepare the exact estimate of this project. When you say estimate, it is a approximate calculation. When you say exact, it is very accurate. So exact and estimate, they are two different words which are opposite to one another. Original copy. This is the original copy of the book. Say, copy means not original. So original copy, it is a oxymoron. Of course, nowadays we have a very popular word, virtual reality. Virtual means which is not real. So, virtual reality. Reality, virtual. Virtual is opposite to reality. Clearly confused. He is clearly confused. Clearly means everything is clear without any confusion. Confused is opposite to that. Clearly confused is in the usage. Okay. Now like that there are so many words. Okay. The initial conclusion. What is your, suppose say you are discussing about something. You may ask your colleague, what is your initial conclusion from this information? Conclusion means a final thing. Initial means the first impression. So initial conclusion. Initial and conclusion, they are contradictory to one another. I will make a single group of all of you. Single group. Group means number of people. Single means one person. Single group. Of course, when you say single group, it gives a perfectly meaningful usage. But if you look at the two words, single and group, they are contradictory to one another. Such kind of usage is known as oxymoron. Now, while learning English language for improving our vocabulary, there are various types of puzzles or games which involve playing with words. Okay. Some of the games through which we can learn English, interestingly, are rebus puzzles, word ladder, and crossword puzzles. Let me explain you each of these things. Rebus puzzle is a diagram or a picture which indicates a phrase or a common usage in English. For example, here we have a figure and mother written there. So what does it indicate? So the figure indicates stairs, or otherwise they are also known as steps, right? So we have figure of steps and then after that we have mother. So it means stepmother. Okay. Now, you see now, all the alphabets will come out this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. So, except U, all letters are there. So, U is missing here. So, what does that figure indicates? What English uses you will get from this? Missing U. Is it not interesting? So, if you want to send a message to somebody that I am missing you, you can send this. And the other person must be having the intelligence to decode that. Now, what is this? We have a figure here, stand written, and we have a line. Below that we have the figure of I. So, if you look at the figure, what is the figure? I is below the word stand. I is understand. So what does it mean? I understand. You see how we can play with words and figures. Now, here we have a blue moon and we have number of digits 1. So many times 1 is repeated inside a moon. So if you have multiple ones, digit ones, what we call them as ones, O-N-G-S, plural. All these ones are where they are in the blue moon. So once in the blue moon is an English usage, which means that a very rare occurrence. See? So you can use this figure to indicate that usage. Now, what is that we have here in the rebus puzzle? We have the word fast, but the letters are broken. So what does it indicate? It indicates breakfast. Okay. Now, another rebus puzzle. We have some meaningless words here. Wade and some space is there here. After space, we have RS. Suppose without space, if you read the entire word, it will be waders. But in waders, we have a space. So what is the meaning of this? What phrase in English is indicated by this? Space in waders. So, space invaders. Aliens who come from space, they are normally known as space invaders. You see how wonderfully we can create different kinds of figures to indicate some kind of usage. Say here, noon, and then good. What it represents? So here the word good is coming after the word noon. So this means good afternoon. See how interesting are these puzzles. Now, Horrible. But this has a meaningless word. But what exactly this means? Say, if you see ROB, Rob is there. Where Rob is there, it is hidden in the word HOOD, in between HOOD. That means in hood. Hood has some meaning, okay? Within hood, we have Rob. So, Rob in hood. What you get? Robin Hood is a hero, fictitious hero in English literature. Famous person. So you will get Robin Hood from this rebus puzzle. Now you see what is this? Action. Action itself has no meaning. But action is written in red color. So what is this? A red action. Red action means reduction. Reduction means something which is made less. See, to write reduction, I will write like this. See, this is how we can make use of rebus puzzles to play with others so that we can improve our vocabulary. So it also improves our thinking capabilities, it also improves our logical abilities to relate things with figures, to relate to words with figures, etc. Now, another game is word ladder. In word ladder, what we do is we take one word in the beginning and by changing only one letter in the word, we create a meaningful word, second word. And by changing one letter in the second word, we create another word which should be meaningful. Like that, we are given the beginning word and we are given the last word. From beginning word, we have to get the last word in different steps. In each step, changing only one letter of the word. So from initial letter, we have to get the final, from initial word, we have to get the final word. Going on changing one letter at a time. Normally, these two words are opposite to each other. It is not mandatory that they should be opposite to each other, but generally, to make the game more interesting, we give opposite words, something like this. Initially, you have to start with the word head, and from head, we have to create foot. Head is at the top, foot is at the bottom of the body. From head, we have to create word foot. How we can do this? Say first word is head. Now, second word is held. That means we are changing A to L. We are getting another meaningful word, held. Now, by changing one more letter in held, we should get another word, meaningful word. But our focus should be ultimately to get foot. So, held, I will change to hold. E is changed to O. Hold is changed to fold, F-O-L-D. H is changed to F. From fold, I will get food. L is changed to O. I will get foot. From food, I will get foot. D is changed to T. You see, from head, by changing one letter at a time, we are able to get foot. Of course, this can also be done in different ways. For example, from fold, we can get bold. From bold, we can get bolt by changing one letter. From bolt, you can get boot. From boot, you can get foot, F-O-T. But you see here, the number of steps involved are more. So, if you attempt to get the target word in as minimum steps as possible, then you will get mastery over language. So there are different ways in case of word letters. There is nothing like this is the only way. So for example, let us take another, cold to warm. Cold and warm, they are opposite to one another. You have to start with the letter cold and you should get the letter warm. Say cold, I will change one letter, cord, which means a wire, C-O-R-D. Then C-O-R-D, I change O to A, I will get card, C-A-R-D. Everybody knows what a card is. From card, I will get ward, C is changed to W. Normally you will have ward. Ward has again different meanings. Ward can be a section in a hospital, or ward also means somebody staying in a hostel. Okay. So from ward, you can get warm. So you see how easily cold can give us warm through this word ladder. Again, I will show you another way, cold. From cold, we will get bold by changing one letter. From bold, we will get bald. From bald, we will get bard. Bard means a poet or a singer. From bard, we can get ward. Again, same thing. From ward, we can get warm. See, this is another way. That's what I said. There is no single way. You can do in your own way. In fact, you can make your own exercises. You can start with your own words. You can have an initial word, you can have a final word, and then you try to get the final word from the initial word. It will be very interesting. So you will also learn new words in the process. So these are very interesting games which make you appreciate English language. Note to tune. Tune is, all of you know that normally it is used with respect to a song. A tune consists of different notes. So for example, notes in Indian music are Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni are the notes. And by using Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni, you create a tune. Tune means a raga. Raga contains Swaras. Swaras are Sarigamapadani. That means tune contains notes. So from note you have to get tune. Say NOTE, it can be changed to NONE, none. None can be changed to cone, CONE. CONE can be changed to core, CORE. CORE can be changed to cure, CURE. CURE can be changed to cube. Cube can be changed to tube, TUBE. Now, by changing B to N, you will get tune. You see how we can get tune.
Okay, I found this on the web for how we can get tune. Check it out.
Fight with one another. How we can get cat, from cat, the word dog. Cat, mopping the floor means cleaning the floor. Pop, POP, pop up, that comes up, POP. Pot, POT. Dot, DOT. Dog, DOG. You see? Is it not interesting? So you can prepare your own word letters. Now, I will show you how the crossword puzzles also can effectively improve your vocabulary. Crossword puzzles are indeed a great tools of learning English language. They improve the vocabulary and they also improve the lateral thinking capability. Lateral thinking means thinking in a non-traditional way, thinking in a different way. So, in crossword puzzles, there are two types. Easy puzzles, regular crossword puzzles, and cryptic crossword puzzles. What I am showing you here, they are cryptic crosswords. Okay? So, you can see here, this is a Hindu cryptic crossword puzzle. Cryptic crossword puzzle means in this puzzle, the clues are given in such a fashion that they mislead you. You have to decrypt them. They are something like a code language which you have to decrypt. So, for example, here, of course, the letters may be very small, but I will read out. For example, here, say what we have. Say here, this is highlighted. Catch an errant parent. Catch an errant parent. Errant means a person who is committing some error, who is doing something wrong. Errant. And who is doing wrong here in this parent? What this means, catch an errant parent. Capture a parent who is doing something wrong. That is the meaning. But that is the literal meaning, but that is not the actual clue. What this clue says is, ultimately this should give you a word with 6 letters. So here in brackets, 6 means we have to find a word with 6 letters. Now here, the puzzle setter or the person who prepared the puzzle has used anagram. Normally, the clues in a cryptic crossword puzzle will have what is called a definition. A definition means it is the synonym of the final answer, and it gives some other things which help us in finding the right word for the definition. Normally, the definition is either at the beginning of the clue or at the end of the clue. So, for example, I said that anagram is used here. How do we know that an anagram is used? So, unless you decrypt the anagram, you cannot get the right word from this. Say, if you think that capturing the parent who has done wrong, you will never get the answer. Now, here, the I told you the definition, the final word is either given at the beginning or at the end. Now, at the beginning, what is there? Catch is there. Now, errant means wrongdoing. Wrongdoing is used here as an anagram. So, to indicate anagram, the puzzle setters use different kinds of things like transferring or reposting or disturbing, something which indicates that there is an anagram involved. Okay? So here errant means something, wrongdoing means it may be an indicator of anagram. Now let us see, is there a possibility for an anagram? We need to have 6 lettered word. Now parent, PARENT is a 6 lettered word. So by making an anagram out of parent, can we get a synonym for catch? Because catch is at the beginning. Catch may be the definition for which we have to find a synonym by rearranging the letters in parent. Errant parent means the parent is rearranged. The letters in the parent are to be rearranged. Now, entrap, ENTRAP means catch. You see, from parent, by rearranging the letters, we get the word for catch. Now, another very interesting thing here. Of course, I will read out. A bare Asian swimming in our western waters. A bare Asian swimming in our western waters. Now, we have to look at the number of letters required for the answer. The answer is given as 7, 3. That means the answer is a 10-lettered combination of 2 words. The first word is 7 letters, the second word is 3 letters, 7, 3. Totally we need 10 letters. We have to form 2 words. Now, where is the indication that there is an anagram involved here? Swimming. Otherwise, if you normally read that, a bare Asian swimming in our western waters, what it means? A naked Asian is swimming in our western waters. That is the meaning of that. But how to get the clue? How to get the answer from this clue? So a bare Asian, the look itself will tell you that there may be a possibility of rearranging. So swimming means what? A person swimming does not stay at the same place. He will be constantly changing his position. So swimming may be an indicator for the anagram. Now, if you want to rearrange the letters, you need 10 letters because the answer requires 2 words totally of 10 letters. Now let us see a bare Asian. A 1 letter, bare 4 letters, Asian 5 letters. So totally 10 letters are there. Maybe by rearranging a bare Asian, we may get, what we should get? There should be a definition, I told you. So here the definition is at the end. Our western waters. Our western waters here refers to the waters to the west of our country. What are the waters to the west of our country? It is the Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea we get from a bare Asian. If you rearrange that, you will get Arabian Sea. Okay? You will get Arabian Sea by rearranging those things. Okay? Now this is another clue. I'm sorry, here the Arabian Sea is not visible because of my photo. Now, this is another clue in the same puzzle. Step back to reveal domestic animals. Of course, this is not an anagram, but this is again another kind of word play. Step back to reveal domestic animals. Now, Here the puzzle setter has very conveniently used the word back. Step back. Say if you take word step, ultimately what you need a word with 4 letters. Okay, here because in the brackets we have 4. It means that you need a 4-lettered word. Of course, step is also a 4-lettered word. Is it an anagram? It is not an anagram, but there is some other indicator. Step back. Back means, normally step back means to keep aside or come away from the path. Step back so that we can see the domestic animals. That is the meaning. Okay, come aside so that we can see the domestic animals. That is the normal meaning. But how to get the solution? Step back. If you read this STEP from backwards, what do you get? PETS. PETS means what? PETS means they are the domestic animals, pets, dogs, cats, which people normally keep in their houses, domestic animals. They are called pets. Pets you get from the word step when you read this word step from the backward. Okay, similarly, here another anagram I have. After this, I will go to the normal view. Trained cadet due for reposting. The general meaning, literal meaning is trained cadet. Normally, cadets are in armed forces or in NCC. So, the trained cadet due for reposting. He is waiting for reposting. That is the general meaning. But here, how to get the solution for this? We need to get an 8-letter word. Trained. Can trained be the word which we have to change the letters? Now, trained is only 7-lettered word, so we need an 8-lettered word. So, trained cannot be the word which has to be changed. So, trained can be definition. Now, what is it we can, or trained means an indication for anagram. Trained. You have trained means you have taught or you have trained. Normally this is used in computer programming also. Training means arranging in certain fashion. So trained indicates an anagram. So what is it you have to train? Say cadet due. Cadet is 5 letters, due is 3 letters. Totally they are 8 letters. Can we get something from cadet due by rearranging the letters? And what it should be, say, there are, here interestingly, there are 2 indicators of anagram. Reposting is also an indicator for anagram. Reposting, that means rearranging. Say cadet due for reposting. By changing the letters, cadet due, and rearranging them, you should get a word which means trained. What is that? Say educated, EDUCATED, cadet due. From these 2 words, you can get educated, which means trained. So, you see, like this, the word plays are very skillfully used in crossword puzzles. So, if you train yourself solving the crossword puzzles, then it not only improves your logical abilities, it also improves your language skills, it also improves your vocabulary. I will give you some other examples of how anagrams are used in crossword puzzles. Braille translation for a politician. You need to have a 7-letter word. Translation here translation indicates that it is a anagram. Something which indicates some disturbance is an indicator of anagram. Okay, so translation means an anagram. What should be rearranged? Now first Braille is normally the script used for blind people. Braille translation for a politician, literally it means that translating something into Braille language for a politician. But what is the inner meaning, hidden meaning, decrypted meaning? It is an anagram. Finally, you should get a 7-lettered word. Braille, 7 letters are there. Maybe by rearranging Braille, we should get, what is the definition? We should get a politician. Now, people who have general knowledge, they know that liberal is the name of people belonging to a particular party in Britain. There are liberals, there are conservatives. So there is a liberal party and there is a conservative party. Persons who are members of a liberal party, they are known as liberals. So a liberal MP, a conservative MP, like that we use. So he is a politician. Liberal means a politician because he belongs to a political party. How do you get a liberal? By changing the letters in Braille. Okay. So next, awfully eager to assent. Now, to assent is the definition. That means we have to get a word which means to assent. To assent means to accept. Now, where is the indicator for anagram? Awfully. Awfully means awkwardly. Awfully. Awkwardly. Awkwardly. Awfully eager. That means eager must be changed. It is awful, it must be changed. Awfully eager means by changing that, we should get a word which means to accept. Okay? And it should be a 5-letter word. So, agree, A-G or E. From eager you will get agree, which means to assent, to accept. Like that I have so many confused moon starer. This is a very interesting anagram. Confused is an indicator clearly. Confused means it is an indicator of anagram. What we need to get? We need to get a 10-lettered word. What we have to change now? Moon starer. Together they comprise 10 letters. So that means we have to rearrange this moon starer. Confused moon starer. But what is the definition? What should we get? So here a very cunning clue. Moon starer itself is the definition, and that itself is the word which is to be used for anagram. Moon starer means the person who is looking at the moon. Who looks at the moon? Astronomer. An astronomer looks at the moon. Not only moon, he looks at all the planets, all the stars, etc. But moon starer here gives us astronomer. So confused moon starer gives us astronomer. See how interestingly the word can be, the word play can be used. Keep dissolving in tears. Keeps dissolving in tears. Now dissolving is an indicator of anagram. Dissolving is an indicator of anagram. We need to get 7-lettered word. Now keeps is only 5 letters, so keeps cannot be the basic word from which we can form anagram. So keeps may be the definition. In tears, totally there are 7 letters. So maybe by changing in tears, we must get a word which means keeps, or a synonym for keeps. In tears, if you change retains, retains means keeps. He retained the money with him means what? He kept the money with him. So retains means keeps. So that is how the anagram can be very effectively used in a crossword puzzle clue. Tablet broken in struggle. Now here also we need a 6-lettered word. Where is the indicator for an anagram? Broken. Broken is an indicator. I told you anything which indicates some disturbance is an indicator of anagram. Now we need a 6-lettered word. Tablet is a 6 letters, so maybe we have to change the letters in tablet. And what they should ultimately give us, the definition can be at the beginning or at the end. At the end, what is their struggle? So by changing tablet, can we get a synonym for struggle? Yes, battle. Battle means a struggle. And battle is a rearrangement of letters in tablet. Like that, I can give you a number of things. Perspire, while cooking a stew. A stew means a dish, a food item. Okay. Cooking indicates making up. Again, cooking is an anagram indicator. It means rearranging. We have to get a 5-letter word. So A is here, stew, 4 letters is there, yes, 2, totally 5 letters. Maybe cooking a stew means by rearranging the letters in a stew, what we have to get? We have to get perspire. Perspire means what? Sweating, sweat. Sweat is created from a stew. Okay? Now, I can go on giving like this. Editing letters set on fire. Here, editing letters set on fire. Set is an indicator of anagram. Many times the crossword setters or crossword makers use this word set to indicate anagram. Editing letters set on fire. Now, what this means? The letters in editing are set, that means are rearranged. To indicate what? Again, set on fire is the definition. Very conveniently, the anagram indicator is also used as a part of definition. Set on fire, you should get from what? From the word editing. Why? Because editing contains 7 letters. So these 7 letters are to be rearranged. Of course, letters also contains 7 letters. But you have to be, that's what the people try to mislead you. So you have to train your mind to find out what is the right word or right set of words which are to be used for anagram. That's why when you try to solve a crossword puzzle, if you get a solution for a clue, you will get immense joy and satisfaction because it is something like breaking a code. Okay, decrypting some message which is otherwise not giving a proper meaning. So editing, if you change the letters, you will get ignited. Ignited means setting on fire. Like that, I will go on now. So darkness, a sort of thing. Sort means a sort of. Sorting means changing or arranging. Sorting means arranging. So darkness, a sort of thing. A sort of indicates anagram. Thing, if you rearrange, you should get darkness. Night. Then they see differently. Differently here indicates anagram. What should be differently? We need to get 2 words. First word is 3 letters, second word is 4 letters, totally 7 letters. Actually, they see. If you use this as an anagram indicator, the remaining 7 letters are this only. They themselves should form the definition. Definition is they see. Which see? So what are the things that see? The eyes. The eyes see, is it not? Because of eyes you are able to see the things. So the eyes see. They see means what? The eyes. How you get the eyes? They see, if you rearrange, you will get the eyes. Like that, those who seek rare chess moves. Okay, moves is the anagram indicator. We should get a 9-lettered word. And that should give you those who seek. So, a rare chess moves. Literal meaning is those who seek rare chess moves. The people who are in search of rare moments in the chess game. But here that is not the meaning. You have to get those who seek, that is the definition. Rare chess moves by rearranging rare chess. Searchers. Searchers means people who search. Those who seek, people who seek. Okay, like that there are so many things. Takes no notice of new reasons. New is an indicator of anagram. New reasons. Reasons must be formed newly, which gives the meaning takes no notice. Takes no notice means it does not care. So ignores. From reasons you will get ignores. Like that, say doubt set in quotes. Set, as I told you, set is used as an indicator for anagram. In quotes will give you question. Question means a doubt. So produce electricity from a teenager. Produce is an anagram indicator. From teenager, electricity must be produced. Teenager, if you rearrange, you can say generate. Normally we call generation of electrical energy. You see, so that is the beauty of these anagrams in crosswords, and how we can effectively use. Distressed damsel gets trophies. Distressed is an indicator of anagram. What we have to rearrange? Damsel. What we should get as the final answer? Trophies. Trophies are nothing but the medals what people get in sports or something. So medals is a word which is obtained by rearranging the letters in damsel. Okay. So now, how carrots can be used in a crossword puzzle clue? Carrots are nothing but two words which are arranged side by side, and they form a single word which gives a different meaning. So these are known as carrots. Two different words which are placed side by side, they form a single word which gives a totally different meaning. Normally this word play is also used in crossword clues. For example, bird and man going different ways. We need to get a 9-lettered word. So this is not an anagram. Okay, say not all the clues are anagrams, but majority of the clues are anagrams, but this is not an anagram. Then how to solve this? Now this is a carrot. That's why you don't easily get all the solutions in the very beginning itself. Say, if you try to work on crossword puzzles, even if you get one or two in the beginning, it is okay. Slowly you will improve. You have to have a dictionary with you, you have to have a thesaurus to search for the synonyms, and you have to search for anagrams. Of course, there are some applications which give you anagrams once you type all the letters. You can take the help of those applications also. Now you need to get a word with 9 letters. What can be the definition? Going in different ways. Going in different ways. Divergent. We have a word. Diverging or divergent. Divergent means going in different ways. So now divergent can be looked as a combination of two words. One is diver, second is gent. Diver means which dives. A bird dives into the water to catch the fish. So diver means a bird. Gent means a man. Bird and man, diver and gent. If they are combined together, they give you divergent, a 9-lettered word, which means going different ways. See, that is how the carets are used here. Now, evil ruler going under. Literally, it means that a bad ruler going under. But what exactly the solution? It is a 7-lettered word. Now, what can be the definition? Definition can be either evil ruler or going under. Most probably going under may be that requires some sort of training of our minds. How can you say that going under is the definition? There is no answer for that. Normally, if your mind is trained for solving the crossword puzzles, then you will realize that evil ruler cannot be the definition. Going under may be the definition, may be the word what we have to get finally. Evil and ruler may be an indication of carets. So, for example, going under means what? Sinking. Right? Sinking means going under. Sinking can be split into two words. Sin and king. Sin means evil. King means ruler. So, evil ruler, sinking, going under, a 7-lettered word. So now, another thing is vehicle with favorite floor covering, 6-lettered word. Vehicle with favorite. Normally, vehicle means what? Car. Favorite means pet. He is the pet student of a teacher, means he is the favorite student of a teacher. Car and pet, you keep them side by side, what do you get? Carpet. Carpet means floor covering. It is a 6-lettered word. Okay. Friend allowed wooden platform. Now in English, Paul means friend. Allowed means let. Let somebody in means allow somebody inside. So Paul, by the side let, pallet. Pallet means wooden platform. Now similarly, distant Chinese dynasty agriculture. Now, here what is the definition? Most probably definition may be agriculture. It is at the end. What are the synonyms for agriculture? Say farming is one synonym for agriculture. Farming can be split into two words, far and Ming. Far means distant. Ming is the name of one Chinese dynasty, just like we have dynasties in our country, Chola dynasty, Chalukya dynasty, like that we have Pallava dynasty, like that it is the name of the families of the rulers. In Chinese, Ming is a very famous dynasty of rulers. Far is distant, Ming is Chinese dynasty. If you combine both these things, farming, it gives you agriculture. So this is the use of carets. Fathers attempt a cake. Fathers attempt a cake. What is this? Say in English, the word pa is used for father. Ma and pa, mother and father. Fathers means pas, P-A-S. Attempt. What is the synonym for attempt? Make an attempt. If you say, make a try. So try is a synonym for attempt. So pass is fathers, attempt is try. If you put both the things together, P-A-S-T-R-Y, pastry, pastry is a cake. That is what is given in the clue. That is the answer for this. So now we can also use the synonyms in a crossword puzzle clue. Monkeys follow a medical man for curtains. It is a 6-lettered word. So it is not an anagram because there is no indicator. So monkeys, what are the synonyms for monkeys? Apes, A-P-E-S. Follow a medical man. Medical man means what? A doctor. How do you write doctor? You can use abbreviation DR. Monkeys follow a doctor. That means DR is followed by APES. So what do you get? Drapes. Drapes means curtains in English. You see? Sometimes you may not know the word, so you have to refer to the dictionary and to find out. That is the way you can improve your vocabulary. As I told you, this not only improves your logical thinking, it also improves your vocabulary. This is another wonderful career clue. Being there, have a ball a couple of hours before midnight. 10-lettered word. Being there is the definition. Being there means what? Present there. When do you say you are present? Say normally when the teacher takes attendance in the class, when your name is called, you say present sir or present teacher. So being there means attendance. How attendance can be related to have a ball a couple of hours before midnight? So this you can understand only after finding the solution. See, attendance, you can split this into actually 3 words. At 10 dance. Right? Dance means have a ball. Have a ball means there is a dance called ball dance in English. Normally they say when people dance in a ballroom is a dancing room in hotels. Have a ball means a dance in English. So you should also have some familiarity with the language. If you don't have the familiarity, while you attempt these kinds of clues, you will get, when you explore into the meaning of the clue and when you want to relate this solution with the clue, then you will come to know about these things. In that way, it also improves your knowledge about the language. Have a ball means dance. Then, if you remove dance, what is the remaining thing? At 10. At 10 means what? What is given here in the clue? A couple of hours before midnight. Midnight means 12 o'clock in the night. A couple means 2. 2 hours before midnight. 2 hours before 12. What will be the time? 10. At 10. So at 10 dance, totally you will get attendance, which means being there. You see how beautifully the clue is created here. Okay? After 6, everyone goes back home. Now what is the literal meaning of this? After 6 o'clock, everybody will go home. That is the literal meaning. But what is that we have to get from this? We have to get a 5-lettered word. And what can be the definition for this? Because home is there at the end. Maybe we have to get a 5-lettered word for home, which is related to this. Now, what are the synonyms for home? House is a 5-letter word, but house does not fit here because you cannot relate it to the clue given. Now, say a villa. Everybody knows now independent villas are being constructed in all the cities. Villa may be a home, but how this is satisfying the clue given? After 6, you see VI is a Roman number indicating 6. 6 we write in Roman letters VI. After 6 means after VI what is there? All is written in the reverse direction. All means everyone. All means everyone. But all is written in a reverse direction. So everyone goes back. That means all goes back. Where? After 6. After VI, all is written in a reverse fashion. So finally you will get villa. Villa means home. So that is how you have to decode. Once more, taking a profit. A profit. Profit is gain. A gain. A gain means again. Again means once more. Okay. Finally, it is a giant, but only 1 millimeter in an insect. It is a giant, but only 1 millimeter in an insect. We need to get a 7-lettered word. Giant, what are the synonyms for giant in English language? Mammoth. Mammoth means very big, giant. So in mammoth, you have AMM, that means 1 millimeter AMM. AMM is where it is between MOTH. MOTH means moth. Moth is an insect. So 1 mm is within moth. That means 1 millimeter in an insect. But totally it gives mammoth, which means it is a giant. So it is a very misleading clue. It is a giant, but only 1 millimeter in an insect. You get confused. How 1 millimeter in an insect can be a giant? Actually, this is how we have to get the solution. Okay. So now there is another beautiful usage of English language, which is called a pun. Pun is a literary device, which is a word play. Normally, puns involve words with similar or identical sounds, but they give different meanings. And normally they are humorous. To give funny meaning, we use puns normally. So, for example, if you say marriage is not a word but a sentence. Now, actually, marriage is only a word, single word. But what we are saying here, marriage is not a word but a sentence. Sentence has two meanings here. Say, when punishment is given in courts, we normally say he is sentenced to imprisonment, he is sentenced to death. Sentence is a punishment. Other meaning of sentence is a punishment. So here what funnily the writer wants to say is marriage is not a word, it is a punishment. So for that he is using a pun, sentence and word. Sentence is normally a group of words. So what he is saying, marriage is not a word but a sentence. But here when a sentence means it is not a group of words, it is a punishment. The cyclist was too tired to win the race. Too tired, TYR, the cycle is a two-tired vehicle. There are two tires for a bicycle. But here this tired is used very conveniently. The cyclist is too tired to win the race. Like that. Okay. Her cat is near the computer to keep an eye on the mouse. Say mouse has got two meanings. Normally we use a mouse with a computer. That musician has a big notebook. Notebook normally refers to a book with pages. And here notebook means a book full of notes. A musician has to write his notes. So that is the pun here. A pessimist's blood type is always B negative. See, B negative also indicates that he is always BE negative. So he is always thinking negatively, pessimist. Like that, these are the puns. Okay. Always trust a glue salesman. Glue means gum. Always trust a person who sells gum. Why? Because they tend to stick to their word. Here, sticking is the nature of gum. Okay, so that is used intentionally here, humorously, to create a pun. Now, there are certain paradoxes. Paradoxes are nothing but statements that appear at first to be contradictory, but if you think about that, if you reflect upon that, you will find something meaningful in that, which makes sense. This is also a literary device commonly used to engage the reader to discover an underlying logic in a seemingly self-contradictory statement or phrase. That means this is also some sort of word play, you can say, where though the entire phrase appears contradictory or meaningless in the beginning, but ultimately it has a sense of its own. Say the beginning of the end. Say the beginning of the end. It is the beginning of the end. Normally it is used in English language. Say beginning and end, they are contradictory. If you don't risk anything, you risk everything. It is a very, very useful motivational quote. If you don't risk anything, you risk everything. That means unless you risk something, you take risk, you cannot achieve anything. To achieve anything, you must take risks. If you don't take risk, you will not be achieve anything. That means everything you are risking. Ultimately, nothing can be achieved. So, if you don't risk anything, you risk everything. It is a very meaningful sentence, but in the beginning it appears to be something contradictory. Earn money by spending it. How can you earn money when you spend it? But the meaning is, you spend the money, you invest the money in such a way that it grows, it compounds. So it makes more money. That is the meaning. The only constant is change. Say, what is constant? Constant means something which does not change. But what this statement says, the only constant is change. That means change is the only thing which remains constant. That means change is happening continuously. So, every minute changes from the last minute. So, change is continuously happening in this world. So, it is the only thing which is a constant. That means which is always there. What is always there? Change is always there. But change is contrary to constant. So, this is which I wanted to present to you. Thank you very much. I hope my lecture is interesting. Thank you.